Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2021. Here is our first collective intuitive energy forecast for the year, and it is January 7th at 411. Somebody give us the information. That's what I'm feeling guided to say as I connect with that time. Give us the 411. So, before we get too far into this, so much love and support is flowing through, and today here in my neck of the woods it's been an absolutely stunning day, and the sun is just beginning to make its final descent, if you will, in the sky. And I've been guided to light an incense for us today as we connect, and it is a cedar sage incense. So really these messages are being supported by our energetic love connection to our ancestors, and really that's the cedar energy that I'm feeling today. And the sage is really about clearing any trauma through our lineage, through the I want to say the divine feminine connection, and yet there's such a strong presence these days of the divine masculine rising. And we need only to close our physical eyes and feel into our heart, and we will be able to see beyond the curtain, beyond the lies. 2021 is the year of change. It's a 5 energetically. And the big change that I'm feeling is that this is the year where we are each called to sing our soul's song. Songs of glory, songs of redemption, songs of shining our little light. That song has been in my head all day today as I've been outside connecting with the warmth of the sun, this little light of mine, and singing it loud and proud. We're given an opportunity right now at this time to really create our own sacred space in our daily life. We are the sacred space. We are the light. We are the Christed children who chose to be born for this time to support the rise of humanity and the collective consciousness. And right now, it's really important that as a master of light, we each, in our own right, in our own ways, hold space for the collective awakening that we are experiencing at this time. One of the messages I keep getting is your soul knows. Your soul knows. And the pathway to freedom is the pathway within home, really, home, our heart. And so right now, many of us are experiencing, and it's 414, and that comes to a 9. So this is the completion of, I want to say, a patriarchal cycle, a cycle of governance, which does not support the individual within the collective. And we are the seeds of change, and we are really here in our physical body to be that bridge of air and matter, heaven and earth. And so the physical body right now for many of us is feeling quite taxed. And there's a whole range of emotions that are coming to the surface right now. And this is good. This is good. It all is coming to the surface to be cleared. And it's our role and our responsibility at this time to remain peaceful, to do what we can in our daily lives to remain peaceful and be that beacon of peace, be that presence of peace and love in the world. Because as I've shared here many times before over the years, only love is real. And it's what we carry with us beyond this illusionary dimension. And leaf blowing as confirmation. And this time that we are in upon the collective ascension is really about going deeper within, uh, really embracing our sovereignty, embracing our uniqueness, and doing the inner work, the healing work, right? If we're all going to just like vomit all kinds of stuff out there, how can we expect to see anything different? And mostly what I see is humanity's rising. And it's not, reflect back to when you first began to awaken in this lifetime. And for many of us, it was decades ago. And so we have, over the decades, been bringing consciousness to what we do. And many of us have had to, even in the last decades, and particularly the last decade, experience much trauma when we thought that we had perhaps, finished up with that phase of our journey. It was brought to the forefront again. And this is really important work. And it's important for each of us at this time in particular to really pay attention to how we're feeling, because the purpose of this incarnation is to clear karma, obviously, through our lineage, our DNA, our bloodline, to restore integrity and balance to this particular timeline, which exists beyond this particular moment in time as we capture it in the human sense. Our journey is one to be a peaceful journey and more than mere survival. We are here to thrive, and truly the path to thriving is the integral path of living in harmony with our fellows, with nature, our fellows. It all begins, though, with being in harmony within, being peaceful within. And we have spent far too long collectively giving our power away to organizations, to institutions, to corporations, to partners and family, and giving our power away to the opinions of others, as if my joy is dependent on their opinion of me. Or same for all of us. Our happiness and our joy is not dependent on the approval of others. This is a journey about self-approval, self-love, and moving deeper into that soul mating space within our hearts, as we breathe life, as we breathe heaven on earth into life. That's really exciting, because truth is, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And, geesh, some might question as to why we chose such an experience. And the reason being is because, like our brother Jesus, we knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are eternal souls, And we are eternal souls always beyond the physical, connected to source. And the biggest disconnect, the biggest deception that has taken place within the consciousness or unconscious of humanity is that we're mere mortal humans who were born to just survive, to work our tails off, to just survive, to feed the machine. What is the machine we're feeding? What is the machine we're feeding? How about working with our breath to feed our inner fire, to feed our passion, and to manifest our heart's desire? So how do we do this? At this point in time? Get out into nature. January 7th, and I'm sitting in the backyard. I've been barefoot on the grass most of today. That's what we can do. That's what we can do to support the collective, is to take care of ourselves, to take care of ourselves, to release the need to know, to release the need to control, to move beyond the what is it the divisive energy, the energy of division. We must unify. To be a unified collective, the unity begins within, right? We must unify. We must accept and honor all those aspects and parts of ourselves that we have rejected, we have not been willing to take a look at. Particularly this energy of like a victim. 422. We are I don't know what it's called, but in the middle of a scale, there's that, the balance point, the center. We are that balance point. We are the channel. Think of your spine as your channel and take care of your channel. And if you're getting a lot of static and there's very little clarity, tune into nature. Tune into nature so that you can tune into yourself. There's so much beauty to be found in every day. Today I've had so many visitors from the winged community. A cardinal was the first I connected with, a female cardinal, which was really beautiful. 2 woodpeckers in the tree together, and a ton of playful chickadees, which were, the way they fly, which is such a joyful, delightful little flight pattern that they have. They're so happy. They seem so happy, and watching them, I feel happy. And so I feel like part of today's message is take responsibility for your own happiness. This is a healing journey. And, as long as we have the breath of life in us, free flowing breath, the freedom to breathe, because breath is our essence, right? Breath is spirit supporting the matter. I'm feeling guided to give you all an opportunity at this point to pick a number between 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to pull a flower of life for you, a flower of life card for you at the end of this message. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. Let's stay connected, or let's re-establish connection with our fellow travelers, right? Surrender into the moment. Surrender into the moment, knowing you are a pure channel of Source Divine. Home is where the heart is. And what resides within your heart in this lifetime lives beyond this specific timeline. And we're so supported and encouraged by our ancestors, those we knew and those we didn't, and all of our loved ones in spirit, along with the angelic realms, whatever you feel connected to, of the light, the highest light. We are meant to be children of delight. Oh, did you see that hawk? Did you guys see that hawk? It just landed in that tree. I think it's the Cooper's hawk. I see it quite often here. And to see things from a higher perspective. I've been getting a lot of visits from hawk lately. I'm glad that one was caught on video. I wasn't even trying to catch it. But to see things from a higher perspective. When I think about hawk, the nocturnal, the nighttime medicine that is in partnership with hawk is the owl. The wise old owl sitting in the oak. The more she knew, the less she spoke. We could learn something from that observation. And yet, there is going to be a time where we are going to be called to make choices and decisions which best support us and the collective, the greatest and highest good of all living beings. And in order to get to that point, the structures that we have depended upon must fall. You know, and many of us have had those tower moments in our personal healing journey, in our personal life. And now we are having a big collective tower moment, and it's good. And if you're connecting with this message, your role and responsibility here is to hold your center. Come home to center. Stay in peace. Breathe in the essence of life, the essence of Creator, the essence of your loved ones in spirit who love you unconditionally and support you unconditionally. Oh, so I've got the cards for the 1, 2, 3, but there was a 4. And here is the 4th card that came out. This is really beautiful because it does speak of healing. And this card is called Wisdom. And the message for all of us at this time is to activate our inner wisdom and allow the equal amount of positives and negatives about any experience or situation to enter your awareness. Remember the balance point. We are the balance point. Pivotal keys on this sacred journey. When this occurs, they cancel each other out. Healing happens, and all resistance about that situation or experience melts away. You are left feeling soft and easy. The veil of illusion parts, and you have aha moments that may go something like this. I now understand why that was here in my life. That makes so much sense. My life is always showing me how to come back into balance so I can see and feel my higher wisdom. It's always accessible to us, always. Today, look where your dreams are in your life instead of where they are not. You are wise. And this is the truth. We are all wise beyond our belief. Individually, we dive to the depths. Together, we rise. Okay? Our own personal depths. So if you were guided to message number 3, I trust these messages feel supportive to you in any now moment. Like I said, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and drop a comment down below. Let's begin to open up the lines of communication again. Heart to heart, heart-centered communication. Peaceful, respectful communication with one another. This is how change, this is how the change of 2021 begins. Right here and now. So for those of you guided to number 1, here is your message. Crafting. Gaze at your loving hands. So getting busy, like creating art, right? It's funny that this has come up because yesterday I brought my paints out of the garage and some canvases, and I'm really excited to play with paints again. I haven't done that in a long time, and I feel very excited by that. So, listen up. Gaze at your hands. How will you create and craft your life? Look at your feet and feel them on the ground. Now close your eyes and imagine that you see Earth from the perspective of space. How wondrous and beautiful it is. Green, blue, white, light, and dark. Infinite, endless stories being played out upon the earth. Be aware of yourself on the earth, playing out and creating your stories. Now see all of this through the eyes of your higher consciousness. See the whole big picture from the perspective of space. Gently move closer and closer toward the earth. Feel yourself landing on earth and plant your feet on the ground. Intend from this moment on, you will no longer feel bullied by life. Instead, you will create and craft your unique path. That is empowering. That is empowering. So let's see what card number 2. Oh, balance. Don't they look like delightful cherry blossoms or apple blossoms? One of them. Orchids. Balance. Confirmation all around, folks. All we need to do is slow down, tune out um, the outside narrative, and listen within. Balance. For you to fulfill your potential, to become all that you can be in every moment, you must be in balance. Otherwise, you are resisting life and creating tension. This resistance and tension are needed to a certain extent for anything to expand, grow, and become more. I lost my spot. um, Learn to recognize the resistance rather than letting it run you. Anything you don't like, sense it, feel into it, and next logical action step will present itself. This step will move you in the direction of your potential, your dreams, and desires. Take a deep, gentle breath and thank whatever has moved you out of balance. Say to yourself, thank you. Thank you for showing me what I really don't want and reminding me to come back to my balanced place where I can be inspired to create what I do want. I am willing to experience all things, for in doing so, I become clearer with my highest loving path. Namaste. And finally, number 3, oh my gosh, these are beautiful messages for all of us. I hope you all stayed around right to the very end to have a listen because this is absolutely phenomenal. Light worker. We are here as seeds of transformation. It's so beautiful. You are a light worker. You are here to inspire and enlighten yourself and others to move from fear into love. You don't have to figure out how you are going to do it, for you have always been doing it. As you allow light to illuminate your inner world, embrace and love all parts of you. You feel yourself shift from fear into love. When we're in love, we cannot be controlled from outside of ourselves. Today, let us give thanks to Mother Earth for the incredible privilege of being here. Through co-creation, we anchor our streams of consciousness into her for the joy of creating, expanding, and light working. This brings love and growth for all. You and I, Mother Earth, this solar system, galaxies, the universe, and beyond. You are spinning light into the web of light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.